Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. And on this episode, I am here with...
Thoom the Barbarian!
And what level is your guy right now?
Let me hit the old I button. He is level 15 and he is agnostic. Man, I should have chose Ralosec. I made a mistake, guys.
Why
I
is
like
that?
Ralosec. Well, you know, he's the god of war, and I'm a warrior, and I like I like that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that might interfere with some things later on in the game.
Yeah, it does change your faction. I think when we actually make it to Velius, I'll be indifferent with the giant. Well, if I'd have chose Ralosec, I would have been indifferent with the giants, and I think so I would have been able to build faction with the giants, but I don't see the point. I don't think there is a point to building faction with the giants, is there?
You can't have faction with all of them at the exact same time, so what they will do in top-end raiding guilds, I should say, sorry guys, I can't speak tonight, they will have it where you'll concentrate on killing one main area that you need a good faction with for the dwarves, and then the next month you will completely and totally reverse your faction and be good faction with the giants and kill whatever it is for them for a month or something like that. And you may do it a longer period of time depending on how uber your guild is. I know some of the top-end rating ones are doing it like every other week or something like that at some point. So it's one of those things that will fluctuate, but for your average player, you want to pick the one that you like the best. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it's Velius, and there's certain factions over there, and there's good places to go on both sides, and you kind of have to pick the one that suits your particular style of playing, because reversing it does take quite a long time. So unless you're a hardcore player, you're probably never going to do that. But for the top-end rating guilds, they get together and they just go over there and they burn right through it in a sitting of like 14, 15 hours, and then they're ready to go for their next raid. So,
You know what gets me, AC?
let's run out of this place.
Let's
You got,
do it. I'm following. No, yes, I do. Well, what gets me is that everybody's excited about Velius, and everybody's doing the Velius thing right now. And I just started about maybe a month ago. It's probably still been a little bit over 3 weeks. And the thing I'm excited about and looking forward to is doing Kunark footage, doing Kunark videos. Kunark is my favorite expansion, I believe. It's the one that brings me the most joy, and so many good zones there. I love Velius, don't get me wrong. I will be doing some Velius stuff when I get to that level, but I'm excited about Kunark. That's where I want to be.
Yeah, I was never a big Velius fan. I know a lot of you guys out there are like, what are you saying? It's great. It's
it is great.
It added so much stuff to the guild ratings and stuff like that. And yeah, it did. It added a lot more zones for the guilds to go to, and they weren't so cramped. But I guess I'm weird because I liked, having to wait, a couple months to get a dragon spawn, because when things are too easy, you're like, I'll show up for the next raid maybe. If not, I'll show up to the raid, next week, because we'll be going there again next week, and the week after that, and the week after that. With a dragon raid, if you had something important, a lot of the time you just canceled it because it may be another 6 months. It may never ever happen again. Like, your guild just may never get another dragon spawn, and it was a huge thing. So a lot of people would show up, and you'd see people that you haven't seen in months all being there, and it was a great experience. Now, with Velius, because there's so many places to go to that even some of the lesser guilds can go to dragons and stuff on a regular basis, it's not quite as important in some people's lives, and unless it is, you're just not going to get those people in. And I don't know, I just was not a big fan of Velius in general. I love the snow, and I did go to it, and I did enjoy it, but if I had to pick, the two expansions, I would say the original, which I guess is not really an expansion, and then Kunark, and then stop there. I'd be perfectly fine stopping there.
Yeah, Kunark's awesome. I totally agree. Kunark is awesome. But now there are a couple of zones that I really, really love in Velius, and one of them is Cobalt Scar. My druid, back in the day when I would go and quad kite Wervins, it was very profitable for me, actually, and it was a lot of fun. And you had to keep on your toes in Cobalt Scar, because, if you pulled one of those drakes and they canceled your sow, you were meat. You're meat.
Right. Another reason I liked the expansions back in the day when they came out is this it's not an instant server. So when you log on it, you're on the exact same server as everybody else, and when you go to a zone, if they're on your server, they're going to be in that zone. They're not going to have an instant of that zone. There's not going to be 15 or 16 or 17 instances of Butcher Block. There's only one Butcher Block. So back in the day when everybody was playing, you had a lot of the zones were really uberly camped. And then they went beyond that to where they were just painfully camped, so that you could log on and sit there for like 18 hours trying to find a group, and you would quite literally never get in on the list because other people had been there even longer than you, sitting there waiting to get in, or they had a connection in there because they needed that class, or they were friends with somebody that was there, so you got to get in a little bit earlier. But yeah, it was not one of those things that you really you didn't enjoy it once it got to that point. You enjoyed the game when it was still pretty camped, but when it gets to the point where you can't even find a group after sitting there all day long, that's pretty ridiculous. So when they came out with the new expansion, that allowed people to go to new zones and kind of leave some of those lesser zones that they had been there for a long time, just really camped instead of overly camped. And to me, that was cool. But when Velius came out, I noticed that the same thing I've noticed on this one now, and maybe that will dial down a little bit once people get, kind of sick of it and they've been there for a while, is all these old zones completely empty. Like Unrest just died. They did a double experience weekend. Actually, it was like 3 or 4 days.
I remember that.
Yeah, and at the end of that, Unrest was just empty. Everybody powered right through the levels, and for somebody who likes Unrest, maybe not as much as I spent there with my cleric. That was a long time, a lot of videos. But, it's a cool zone, and I wanted to explore more of it, and that's kind of why I haven't been playing my cleric as much, besides the fact that I'm playing here with Doom, is that the groups are pretty thin, and I'm kind of hoping that if I give it enough time, they will kind of repopulate, because there are new people coming to the server all the time, and they're slowly working their way up. They just kind of are getting to that wall right now where you hit level 20 to 25 to 30 in that area. Then unless you go to one very specific zone, which is Mistmore, you're not really going to find anybody. And that's, kind of unfortunate when that's the case.
Can we kill this bandit, please?
Did we pass one?
No, he's right in here.
Yeah, go ahead and kill. And for those of you who don't know where we're going to go down and check out the Gorge, because that's one of the things we wanted to do anyways. We kind of got sidetracked a little. We wanted to bind ourselves so we weren't so far away from town, just in case. What level is he? He's dark blue, right?
Yes.
Nice. So he shouldn't be too hard. In fact, I think you could probably solo this guy, so I won't even cast a spell. I want to see how much damage.
I'm missing one of my weapons, man.
Ah, that's right.
One of your weapons.
Yeah,
we need to get Corvellis. Like I said, I'm taking Corvellis to Western Commons, and so that means we'll have to push through High Pass one day and go out the other side. And I can drop my. He's got a club of Keshka, and it's nice. It's a little bit more. I think it's one more point of damage than the club that you're loaning me. So that way you'll be able to hold on to your club, and I'll still have a club in my offhand that's actually decent.
And what level is he?
Corvellis is level 12.
And you're talking about your druid, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So my Shadow Knight is only level 7. So if I can get him up a little bit, we can group together.
Yeah,
and,
that would make it interesting. Yeah, we'd make a good team too. My druids, except unless you wanted healing, and then you're just gonna,
Well, yeah, if you're playing a druid, man, you got to be healing my Shadow Knight. I don't know what
druid doesn't heal. He doesn't have any heal spells. Remember?
He does have heal spells, man. You're just like my brother, man. Never wanted to heal anybody.
No, I will heal, brother. I don't like healing for groups, man. It's hard enough as a cleric, man, in a group.
You talking about healing is easy. It's like one of the easiest things you can do.
It depends on what group. If you got a good tank and he's the only one taking damage, yes, it's very easy. It's very simple. But if everybody and their mother in the group is taking damage, then your mana runs out very quickly, and it's a challenge. It's a chore.
Yeah, it's not a chore, man. You just prioritize.
It's a chore.
You just you're the wizard. You shouldn't be taking hits. You're gonna die.
I'm not gonna heal you
right? I'm gonna keep the tank alive. I'm gonna keep
these bandits in here, sir.
Yep. I'm gonna keep the enchanter alive, and then I'm gonna let the wizard die. I'm gonna let the necro die. And a lot of the time you would, if it's a shaman or a necro, you'd let them die because they're actually draining their life for power, and they drain it a little bit too much and then get some aggro there, and it's like you did that to yourself. And yeah, if I have the power to spare, I'll definitely heal you up. But if it's a choice between letting the tank die or letting you die, unfortunately you're gonna draw the short straw on that one, and I'm gonna let you die. I'll res you after the fact, and I won't be a jerk and be like, haha, you did it to yourself. I'll be like, I'm sorry that happened, man, but maybe next time watch your life a little bit more. I mean, I know it's my responsibility, but the tank was about to die, and like I said before, if I have to choose, and most people won't even blame you for it. They'd be like, yeah, you made the right choice, because if he dies, we all die, and then it's a pain in the butt getting back down here to get your bodies. And so people are a little bit more forgiving in that respect, because it's not just about, oh, they died. They know that even if they had lived, or lived for a few seconds longer, that... Can I not loot this?
Can you not?
There we go.
There you go.
But yeah, if they lived for a few seconds longer, they would die, and then it would take like half an hour or longer to get back to your corpse. Some of the worst corpse runs are in zones like Seb, where you actually literally have to work your way down through the zone, through monsters, sometimes for quite a long time. I remember one where you have to kind of go down and jump off the bridge and fall down into the water, and you swim, I think, off to the right, not to the left. I think the left would be the exit to Seb, but I can't even speak tonight. I'm sorry, guys. This is where we're going, right? This is the Gorge, or is that just a dead end?
This is no, I think we have to run to the right a little bit.
Okay.
I think, but oh, what's this? Who's this?
It's a lion.
Oh, it's Berenstain, dude.
Oh yeah, we saw him earlier, man.
What's up?
You want me to toss him an invite?
Yeah. I mean, what level is he? He may have way out leveled us.
Maybe he's only yellow.
He's yellow, yeah.
Let's kill this lion right over here.
Okay.
The rogue lion. I wonder what made him go rogue. Is he killing other lions or what?
Maybe he's just good with the ladies, you know? Maybe he's roguish.
No.
Kind of like Han Solo, you know? Han Solo was a rogue.
I like the line. I actually heard, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that the line he says when he's being encrusted with that metal, yeah, the carbonite, you know, and she's like, I love you, and he's like, I know, you know, which is like totally just, it's totally him, right?
Very roguish, dude. Very
yeah,
roguish.
right? Like most people would be like, I love you too, but he's like, no, I know you love me. Like everybody loves me, right? So conceited, but apparently Harrison Ford put that in himself. Like that wasn't in the script, and they just shot it like her reaction to that, which is classic. Like she just looks at him like, holy crap, you know? Like you're either getting really good into that role, which I think Harrison Ford could definitely do because he's a talented actor, or you're just that conceited in real life that you know how that guy would respond, and either way is mind blowing.
If I'm not mistaken, he was a carpenter and he was working. I don't know. I hope I don't get in trouble, but I think he was working somewhere as a carpenter, and George Lucas was like, "Hey, man, come in and read some lines or something like that, or something like that." I'm not sure about the story, guys. Don't crucify me if I got it wrong, but
yeah, I don't think that guy's on.
There he is. There he is.
Oh, did he join?
What's up? Yeah, he's. You wanna tell him we're going to? Yeah.
No, I'll let you do it, man. You can tell him we're gonna go over to what was the name of the zone, the Gorge or whatever. Check it out.
Yeah.
He may not want to go. He may want to stay over here or something, but we'll see. Keep healing this guy up. But yeah, we were also going to talk about something you were telling me earlier, which was that he heard, and again, I guess we shouldn't even be talking about this because you're not even sure if it's true or not. But it got us talking on a kind of an interesting subject, which is why I'm kind of bringing it up. And
what's that?
How the fact that you heard that if you donated enough money to the server, it opened up the shared bank slot for you.
Yeah, that's just a rumor. I'm not sure if there's any truth behind that.
Yeah,
so.
and that's not really even what I started to talk about, but what I was thinking when he said that was that leads you down that like sticky little path of pay to win stuff, and that's a lot of the reason people have come over from, you know, the live server to come over here to P99 is because they, first of all, they like it harder, and not having the backpack slot so that you can't just trade between yourself is pretty cool. I like it because it forces you to find a friend, or forces you to be solo and find some weird out of the way spot that you can drop your stuff and load back up and pick it back up before anybody else finds it, which is very dangerous. And you may think that it's an out of the way spot, but I've done that before, and you'd be surprised that when you do it, it sucks really bad because somebody will occasionally run by and pick the stuff up, and if you throw backpacks on the ground, backpacks are very easily seen. It's not like throwing coin or like a weapon on the ground. Those kind of blend in certain spots, but you throw a backpack on the ground and you definitely see that. Is he a shaman? I think he was a shaman, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a shaman, yeah.
Okay, I was going to tell So on him, but he's fine. Or Sal. You guys in Skype? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we should get him in the call.
If you want to go at him, man, you're welcome to.
Yeah, well,
you know
next video. Next video. Well,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let him know that so easy. Please, if you can.
Yeah.
And the reason I tend to let Thune do the typing is I'm laying on a couch.
My keyboard's super loud.
And I'm in the dark as well. So when I try typing something, you guys may see that like the first 4 or 5 letters I type are just gibberish because my hand placement on the keyboard is off usually, and I usually have to move them around a couple times. I need to get one of those keyboards that glow in the dark. Those would be really, really cool, but I haven't got one of those yet, and so I can't really see what I'm doing. Is it this way? We keep down this way?
It's should be a path somewhere. You should see.
Ooh, there's like a
Um,
whole little village over here. That's kind of cool.
yeah, this might be it. There should be a path to it, according
Apprehensively.
to the map that I've seen. So,
It's
yeah, I
been
think
a
it's a little
long
bit.
time. A little further?
It's a little bit further. Yeah,
Okay.
I think now, guys, I'm no expert at all. All I know is I saw a map. Yeah, I think this is it right here.
Oh, where we're going right down?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, it does look like it.
Oh, look at the chasm crawler. He crawls in chasms. Get it?
What
Get it,
level
man?
is he? Blue? That's not too bad.
You want to kill him?
Nah, we keep going. I mean,
Okay. Well, where's Berenstain?
is he with us or did he stop at the town? He may have stopped at
He
the town.
may
There he
have
is.
stopped the town. Okay. Yeah, there he goes. Okay.
This is
We're
one
waiting
of
on
the.
you, man.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man, because this is one of the things you need to keep in mind, and that's kind
I
of why
wanted
we
to
like
ask you.
showing it. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask you a question, AC. We both watched Sirkin's latest YouTube video that he posted, and he was talking about bringing back the spell book. I'm not sure if he was serious or not or anything, but he was like bringing back the spell book. Everything's black around it. All that, up until level 35, all the casters can do is look at the spell book because that's classic.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that, man?
I think that would be very cool because I mean,
Really?
yeah, because think about it this, okay? When the whole screen is blotted up other than your spell book and your chat bar, what does that make you focus on? It either makes you go into your spell book and reorganize, and I remember back in the day when you had to force yourself to look at that, your spell book was very organized because you just always had it up, you were moving stuff around, and nowadays, I don't ever open my spell book, it's really unorganized, it's very,
Oh man,
it's
I'm
horrible.
I'm very OCD about it, man. Every picture, even if it's not in the same spell line, every picture's got to be with the picture. I've got the skull pictures with the skull pictures. The boot spells with the boot spells. I'm very OCD with my spell book, man.
Yeah,
To the point that where it's
everybody's different on that one.
and it's detrimental to my health and my life. Actually, I spend way too much time fixing it and sorting it. But this guy, this tune doesn't have to worry about that. So
Right,
I don't mind spell books at all. But
I
think
like
my
that.
cleric-
I like how you have to spend some time on that and fix it, and you get better as a player because it's fixed. But the other thing you have to concentrate on is your chat bar, which means because you can't see what's happening, you have to rely on other people to let you know that. And so other people will be like incoming, whatever,
See, I don't know about that,
70%,
no.
30%.
You can't see people's health bar? You can't see the health bars?
You can see the health bars, but you can't see
Okay,
the screen.
okay.
So he'll say he's incoming, but you have no idea if it's 5 guys, 6 guys, 1 guy. You don't know what it is
It's a
until you
train,
stand
yeah.
up. Yeah. So somebody has to let you know that. So you're very reliant on your tank. And all of a sudden, because you're so reliant on your tank, the tank's role increases, tenfold. And people are very, very thankful to get really good tanks in there. Now, tanks really aren't that big of a deal. It's more about having a good pooler. The pooler is making the difference and not the tank. And you need all of those. And not to even come close to talking about the fact that when you're like that and you are in a group, you'll talk more just naturally to the group because there's nothing else to do. You don't have anything to look at. Or you'll talk more to your guild, or you'll talk more to the zone. It just brings people together a whole lot more. Yeah, it takes away from the game a little bit too because you can't see what's going on, but those little small details are kind of the whole overall feel of this game. So yeah, I'd welcome that. It would be a pain, and I'm sure I would do my
For
bit
the
of
cleric,
complaining
yeah.
about it. But yeah, I think I would love it in the end. I have no clue where we're supposed to be going in here.
I used to know this zone fairly well because I'd come in here and there was an eye that dropped something that was good for either my druid or my cleric.
Where'd you go? Oh, there
So
you go.
I'm over here now.
Oh, are you fighting something already?
Yeah, I got
Nice.
a multi-elder on here. I'm going to have to kick him in the face because he looked at me wrong.
What level is this guy?
He's even
Yellow.
me, so
He's
yeah.
yellow to us, so that's pretty nice.
Oh, so we should be able to get some decent. I think some of the minotaurs may be above us, but chicken.
Hey, it'd just be cool to check this place out because this is the first time we've done this on camera since we've been back. But yeah, when it comes to this game, I tend to say the more original, the better, because there has been no game that I have ever enjoyed as much as I've enjoyed this game when it first came out. We got another guy coming.
Yeah,
Get out of here in a second.
these elders will add, man. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm blind. Why am I blind? I'm scared, brother. Scared. Oh god.
Oh, we got a Minotaur as well. I don't know if we can handle this, man.
Oh,
Might have to zone it. I'll let you call it when you come back.
What
He's
color
fighting
is
it.
he?
He's fighting it. Get this
No.
this guy off me if you can too.
All right. Oh yeah, he's yellow.
There we go. Come on. Up. We got 42%. This might be kind of sticky.
I'm gonna help him with this.
Let me sit down and med here if I can. If I don't get aggro, and I'll let the guy know what my power is. I'm gonna go with 40% there. Yeah, I think as long as you take the hits, we should be somewhat fine. He can take hits pretty well too, but just not nearly as well as you can.
He's got way too much aggro.
Oh yeah, he has another one. Ah, dang it, yeah.
Oh crap, zone it.
Zone it.
Oh, it's just a minor that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he has 2 guys on him. You still want to do it? It's up to you, man.
Oh my god, I'm blind.
I'll let you call it.
Blind.
Just call it, man, so I can.
Just run, dude. Run. Get out of here.
Well, now I'm gonna heal him up. I think he's gonna go for it. Might as well. I mean, I'm at 35% anyways, so. There we go. I got the stupid little miner.
Crap.
No, he's gonna die. He's gonna die if we don't zone it.
Zone it. Tell him to zone it.
Yes, I'll do it in the dark.
Oh, are you blind? Wow.
Yeah, in real life, I can't see anything.
Oh my god.
Great.
I'm so
zoned. Dang it. I'm blinded. Okay, I'm running. I'm hoping I'm running in the right direction. Let me know. Am I running in the right direction?
Yes.
Okay. Let me know if I need to turn or anything. And this is another reason right here, guys. You can't see anything. You're very reliant on the people you're with. You know, if you weren't on a headset, you'd have no clue, and that makes the zone that much more dangerous that you can't see what you're doing. And so people will avoid the zone altogether because of that reason back in the day. And so it's just another thing that's kind of changed, is that some of these zones are not as popular, where some zones that were very popular are not anymore, and it's kind of mixed things around a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with that.
You're safe. Yeah, you made it.
Oh yeah, I got my vision back. Did you guys make it?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it fine. As long as we keep up we'll just have to make sure we have like maybe
you just need to pull it back. Like that area you're standing is just not a good spot.
Yeah, nobody comes down the zone line. So if I'd have been pulling to the zone line, or
not even to the zone line, just like 5 feet back from where you were, just not next to that rock. I think we would have
just too many ads because everything in this zone roams. So yeah, I mean, my mistake, guys.
Yeah, I mean, like, you live and you learn in this game. That's kind of what the whole point of it is, and use your experiences from other zones to shape how you enter. Oh, we lost somebody. Oh, he went linked in on zone.
Oh, daggone it.
That's happened to me like I don't know how many times now. That's a very common problem that happens. Either that or the game freezes completely, which is what happened to you just a little while ago.
Yep. But that's like I said, sometimes when I'm loading in and I minimize, everything just goes black and I can't see anything. So it's happened to me a couple times.
Now, when Sirkin was talking about using that particular style, what did you think when he said it?
You know, I mean, if he wants to get it as close to classic as possible, I'm not going to have a problem with that. I love the game as it is now, and it's only getting better. So there's Bernstein. Give him an invite, brother. But
he's already with us.
The only thing that would bother me, let me tell you, my bad. The only thing that would bother me is that I wouldn't be able to see the action, see the fighting with my cleric. But I've seen so much action. I'm sure as a YouTuber, the people watching would rather see the tank fighting than my spell book. So that would be the only thing that I would see as a bother. But even then, as long as my commentary is good and I keep people entertained, then that shouldn't be a problem. But I think that I would be playing my cleric less because I would have that I don't even know what to call it, but the thought in my head that, okay, my fans are the people watching me, aren't going to enjoy it as much because they can't see the action.
Yeah, so, I didn't even think about that aspect of like recording the videos. I just thought about it from the aspect of like the actual player, whether I would enjoy it or not. But yeah, now that you mentioned it, it probably would be pretty boring for people to sit there and watch a spell screen, because the enjoyment would have to come from the group, participation, and I don't participate very much in the group talking when I am doing the videos, because it's just too difficult to do both at the exact same time. It's just not something I could do. So yeah, that would be kind of sucky. Like, I'd be sitting there being, oh, this is boring, I can't do anything, and it'd be really boring for people to watch as well. But for the actual player, it's going to be a different experience. So I guess it would have its good and its bads depending on what you were trying to get out of the game. For me, just the sheer enjoyment of the game would be more than enough. Like, I do these videos, they don't ever get as many views as, say, like TerraTech or Craft the World or anything like that, but I do these videos because I very much enjoy this game, and even if I
It's
didn't get
awesome.
any views on this game, I would still do it because I
Yeah,
still
me
like I
too.
enjoy playing it. You know?
This is going to be the one series, guys, on my YouTube channel that is not going to go away. I may change games. I plan to. I'll plan to play and show you guys as many new games and as I can when I get the resources. But this game is never going to go away. I'm always going to be making videos of EverQuest, and that's just not something that's ever going to change. And I think eventually me and AC are so passionate about this game that that's going to bleed through. It's going to come through in the YouTube videos. And I think even if you're not a fan of the game, then you can still get some enjoyment out of it because of how happy me and AC Gamer are when we're playing it. So,
Well, I mean, I like to think they get enjoyment out of it, but I can't guarantee it. I
right,
can't say that
exactly. I
they're
mean,
going to get
some
it
people
just
may
because
hate,
we're passionate about it. Some people don't like
yeah,
MMOs. So I mean, it's
like my little brother. Yeah.
yeah,
So
to each their own. I mean, I have no problem with that. But for me, I do all sorts of different types of games. So you may find something that you enjoy there, and then come over and watch this one and be like, I just don't get it. Well, I'm not forcing you to get this one. I just enjoy this one, and so I'll keep doing these. But I'll do the other ones as well. In fact, I just got an email from a game publisher today, telling me that they had a new game coming out, and they sent me a Steam key.
oh,
And I'm
oh,
like,
cool,
yeah, that was,
excellent.
some of you guys may have noticed that my channel has grown drastically in the last like month and a half. So yeah, it's really cool to start getting contact from other companies that are be like, hey, we like your videos.
Oh
Here's a
yeah,
Steam key. Try
Ex-
our game out if you get a chance. And I'm like, you know what?
excellent.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
awesome.
it's a
Yeah.
cool feeling, right? I mean,
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait till I get to. Well, if I hope that I get to that level, and I can't wait, until I do. If I get the chance, because, I'm just so excited to bring you guys content, and I'm so happy to be, to maybe even having a chance of being successful at something that I love to do, and especially hanging out with the AC Gamer, who's a good friend of mine now. And the fact that we met through YouTube, and the fact that I may make other good friends through YouTube, it's just it seems like such a positive thing, guys, and it makes me happy.
yeah,
So,
the community is amazing. As long
wow.
as you keep it positive, like there's trolls out there. Everybody knows that. Everybody's seen them. But I remember this saying that my brother said all the time when I was a kid, that I never argue with a fool because people might not know the difference. And it's kind of the same thing online. Never argue with the troll because people might not know the difference. When you go down that path and you accept that challenge, it doesn't do anything for anybody. It's just people are going to be in there and like, ugh, not another one of these discussions, right? So I just tend to avoid them in general. You can't really always avoid them. I'm sure they're going to happen. I'm sure we're going to get them in there eventually. And I've been known to be kind of trollish in Minecraft from time to time. So I do understand that
You troll
weird,
me.
yeah, sixth sense of humor kind of thing going on. But I tend to stay positive, and I try to engage you guys as much as possible because it is a community that we're building here of like-minded people who enjoy these types of games and likes coming out and just kind of sitting with us and having a good time. I mean, right now we're not doing anything. We're sitting here medding up in between fights, and if you enjoy our commentary, you're still sitting there having a good time
Yeah.
because the way I treat it is, if you were sitting here in the room with me and we were playing a game on the computer or on the Xbox or the PlayStation or whatever the system might be, how would I be talking to you during that time? And this is pretty much it. This is what I'd be doing. I'm one of those people who just never shut up, and you'd be like, just shut up already, let me play the game. Maybe, but if you enjoy it, I'd just be sitting there talking with you, and you have a good time. You sit back, you relax. We have enough stress in our lives from our day-to-day stuff, whether it's school or work, that when you come home, you just want to, pull off your shoes, put them up a little bit, and just relax for an hour or two. Preferably as long as you can before you gotta go back and do whatever you need to go do. So that's the way I tend to unwind, is I hang out with friends and I talk to them and I find out about their day and stuff. Unfortunately, I can't find out from you guys how you're doing until I start doing Twitch, and I hopefully will start doing that sometime soon in the future. But for now, we're not doing that just yet. But again, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. So if you do enjoy these episodes, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe definitely helps grow the channel, and we both greatly appreciate that. Make sure to head over to Thuum's channel if you want to give him that information real quick.
Hydros Inc. guys, come check us out.
And they do Let's Plays over there as well. Great channel. I watch a lot of their videos. The Zelda one in particular is the one I've been watching. And again, guys, thanks for watching. We will catch you next time.